My name is Will Chappell, and I'm a member of the HCS Early College High School Social Studies team. Our early college is located in Horry County, Conway, South Carolina to be specific, and the video you're about to see will showcase some of the instructional strategies that we use in the classroom to help our students. The instructional strategies we use help to build that engagement. Our department is a little bit different than most. We only have 3 members in our department. Each one of us teaches our specialty. Samantha DeSerbo teaches civics to our 9th graders. I teach government and economics to our 10th graders, and Adam Pally teaches U.S. history to our 11th graders. We teach every student in the school, and the skills they learn in our classrooms will benefit them not only in the social studies classroom or in classrooms in general, but we're trying to build the skills that will teach them to be successful outside the walls.
In my civics class, I'm able to really work one-on-one with the students and show them the importance of civic participation. So one of the projects that I focus on is Project Citizen, where the students have to identify an issue in the community, they have to look at current public policy, they get to write their own public policy, and then they create an action plan. So it really helps that we're able to involve the community. The students create surveys, we bring in guest speakers that are very specific to the topics that they're looking at, and then the kids get to go to county council meetings, they get to go to school board meetings, and we really enlist the help of the community. We do a lot of the service learning here as a whole school, so that ties back into what we're really focusing in civics is being a part of government and showing the students why government's important to them. Yesterday we introduced the DDQD, we read the background essay, and we went over document 1. So your homework for last night was to read document B, take a look at what it said, and then answer the questions. So let's go through this. Josh, do me a favor, read what the first source is. Tyranny. Tyranny. Tyrant. Tyrant. Tyranny. Tyranny. Okay. All right, so what does this mean? Someone take a look and tell me, what does this mean? Let's break this down into our own words. So let's look at that first sentence. What does the word accumulation mean?
Students will spend time with primary source documents. They'll write, they'll revise, they'll collaborate, they'll work together in understanding civics, and they'll use technology to help get them where they need to be.
Government and economics are largely project-based learning classes built around 2 main skill sets, that of collaboration and critical thinking. In economics, students will be exposed to a personal finance project where they'll interview for jobs, create budgets, do all kinds of stuff, and that'll run them through various stages of their life. They'll be exposed to globalization, the effects and impact of globalization on our economy. They'll even learn some of the basics behind creating a business and some business basics. In government, the class is set up around students discovering, basically through the use of primary source documents, how our government came into existence, what the role of the government is, the structure and organization, and even what their role as individuals will be. All right, so yesterday we covered some of the beginning foundational stuff behind economics. We talked about needs and wants. We talked about the definition of economics. We even talked a little bit about thinking at the margin. That's where you have that desired result. You have to think how much more, how much less of something are you going to do in order to get that desired result. Today we're going to continue on with some of the foundational stuff.
Students will work together. They'll analyze primary source documents. They'll collaborate. They'll create. They'll do all types of things with the content in both the economics and government class. Students will use technology to create like never before. They'll meet with the teacher one-on-one to make sure they have a good grasp and make sure that we're heading in the right direction. Students will interview for jobs in this class and practice those professionalism skills that will serve them well in whatever they do.
A few different ways that I've extended my classroom this year. The first is by incorporating the gamification elements into a blended learning model. Students are expected to take digital recorded content that are posted on my website, and they watch those videos at home or during their free time in school. And then we get to have time for more project-based activities where they're learning the skills and techniques of a historian in the classroom. A lot of this is done with the mindset that they'll be publishing their work. One of the first activities we did this year was publish children's books so that they're free and available online. They posted links on their social media sites. We had one group that had almost 200 likes and favorites for their children's book. We've had discussions on teachersmeet.com, which is similar to a closed room Twitter account. So a lot of the things that we do are designed to break down the traditional brick and mortar schoolhouse and try to get the students' work out into the public. We only have about 11 class meetings left before the end of the semester. When we come back from break, I will be setting up some after-school review times. So probably Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday after school from 2:30 to 3:30 so that you can start preparing for that test.
Students will use green screen technology and different types of technology to enhance and transform education for them. They'll approach content in a different way in the gamification classroom. They will go on missions and complete tasks and try to earn experience points and those types of things. They'll learn the skills that historians need, but not just historians, what citizens need to be wise consumers of information. They'll work with the teacher to gain a firm understanding of the content and how it applies. They will know U.S. history with checkpoints along the way, meetings with their teacher. They'll have opportunities to do things outside the classroom, like National History Day.
Competition for students in Norrie County today.
That's right. The district held its first regional National History Day. The event was held at the HCS Early College High School on the campus of Horry Georgetown Tech College. Middle and high school students throughout Horry County presented projects in categories like history papers and individual and group documentary.
We're able to collect primary sources and data so much faster. They're doing it in 30 seconds what it used to take a historian 30 days to do, because they can just access the Library of Congress so that they can get on YouTube and see a documentary, and that really helps. And then they take that technology and they can build websites and make documentaries, and they're creating as well as consuming, and that's fascinating.
Almost half our school participated in National History Day this year, with 44 students with a total of 25 projects, winning at the regional level and advancing to the state competition. Our students will have an opportunity to participate in things like Veterans Day, a way to give thanks and show appreciation for what veterans have done for our country. Students will have an opportunity to be recognized for their excellence in the social studies through Rho Kappa.
What makes Early College innovative and unique is our student-centered project-based learning. We're very fortunate in our district to be able to vertically align our curriculums with 9th, 10th, and 11th grade. So we start with the freshman year really focusing on the students learning how to develop themselves as independent workers, but also learning how to communicate with other people. We do lots of projects in civics so that the students can learn critical thinking, they can learn how to communicate, they can learn how to present, and also become socially responsible. So the hands-on, the one-on-one instruction, the small group settings really builds for the students being able to work independently and then coming back together and working together in the future.
We're unique and innovative here because we're trying to create student-centered actions, putting the student really at the center of the learning. We're always thinking about ways that we can grow the program, that we can have the students become historians or act like economists or think about civics and service.
I think what makes Early College unique is the fact that we have a small school base. We don't have a whole bunch of students. We don't have a huge faculty. And that gives us the opportunity to truly know our students. We can take a look at all of the testing data. We can observe them in class. We can have conversations with families. We can have conversations with the students themselves. I think that's one of the things that makes our program unique. We are able to talk to the students, figure out where they are, and develop instructional strategies and projects and everything else to get them to where they need to be. At Early College, we are always trying to improve things. The status quo is not acceptable for us. We are constantly looking at data, we're constantly doing research, we're trying to find what best meets the needs of our student population. And I think that leads to a lot of the innovation that you see in our classrooms. We use technology not to enhance student learning. We use technology to transform student learning. We could go on and on about what we do in the classroom. All three of our social studies teachers absolutely love what we do. We love the students that we teach, and we try to make a difference in their lives. We try to help them gain an appreciation for the social studies. We do things like Socratic seminars and debates and discussions and writing and critical reading, and all of these things in hopes of ultimately helping our students be the absolute best people that they can be.